Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Bubblegum Reviews. My name is Steve, and before I get into the next review, I'd just like to mention that I have a sale that's currently going on my eBay page till the 20th of December for my movies, games, and CDs and whatnot. So it's buy two, get one free. You get the cheapest one free. That's all I'm going to say. If you have more questions, you can hit me up here on YouTube or on my eBay page, which will probably be easier. So up next, we have All I Want for Christmas. This is a second time watch for me. The last time I saw this, I was probably 16 years of age. It's been a long time. In this, we have Jamie Sheridan, Kevin Nealon, Lauren Bacall, and Thora Birch. There's somebody else that I know that's in this that I was going to mention, but I can't think of the name. Oh, Leslie Nielsen. There we go. So a little quick summary into this is brother and sister's parents are in the middle of, just got done breaking up, and sister wants parents to get back together, so she asks Santa to help her get her parents back together, and her and her brother stop at nothing to make that happen. So first thing about this movie I will say is Leslie Nielsen did a good job, Jamie Sheridan, Thora Birch, pretty much everybody in the immediate cast did a really good job in this. It was just the writing that made it suffer. Like the story and the writing, in my opinion, made this movie suffer. The story was very lacking. There wasn't a whole lot of like, oh yeah, okay, this is, yeah, it was just kind of, it was hard to like just go through the whole thing and it kind of turned out like that. But there was some good parts in it. Like the ending was really good. The dad was funny. Marshall was one of my favorites. The kind of chunky kid with the blonde spiked hair. He was pretty funny. He didn't have a big enough role, and that's funny. Every time I see this dude in a movie, he's pretty funny, but he always has like a very short role. I don't even think he acts anymore. But yeah, the movie itself, it wasn't bad. It had some chuckles in it. The one thing I will say is the brother, man, he is probably the nicest brother to his sister ever in mankind. It almost made it like, yeah, right, dude. At this age, are you kidding me? Most kids this age, they're sitting there fighting the whole time and stuff like that. So that part was kind of almost unbelievable just because I remember me being a kid at that age. I wasn't as nice. Maybe I was just an asshole, I guess. I don't know. But I feel like kids at that age fought and butted heads and everything. And he's sitting there just being all super brother to her. But Leslie Nielsen did a good job in this. This movie kind of reminded me of a Parent Trap slash, I don't know if you guys remember this. The only reason I do is because my sister was fascinated with the Olsen twins movies. Because I'm pretty sure we had them all. And Shirley Temple movies. The movie It Takes Two, where the dad is Steve Guttenberg and the new mom would be Kirstie Alley. It's like a 90s movie, I think. It kind of reminded me of that, even though it's kind of a different scenario with this being the better choice for that. But yeah, anyways, it kind of had that feel. For the Christmas movies, I don't know what's going on recently, but the past three Christmas movies I watched haven't even hit 5 out of 10. So I don't know what is really happening here. But if you've never seen it, I definitely recommend watching it just so you can kind of give your take on it. I did notice that some people liked it and others didn't, which there was at times that I was like, I kind of want to like it, but overall, I can't as much. So director in this, we have Robert Lieberman, who also did movies Mighty Ducks 3. I enjoy that movie. That movie is actually pretty entertaining. It really is, because they're all grown up and the pranks that they play on each other are pretty good. And Fire in the Sky, which I have not seen that. It's supposed to be kind of like Close Encounters. I would be interested in watching that one. IMDb gave this a 5.9 out of 10. Rotten Tomatoes gave it a 7%. Dog Bones gave it a 2 out of 4. I gave this a 4 out of 10. Reasons I tell you to watch it is the cast did a pretty good job. It's just like I said, the story and the writing were not the best. So If you're into any of those actors, I definitely would recommend watching it just for the sake of it being a Christmas movie, and who knows, you might be one of those people that do like it. Box office of 14.8 on a budget of 12, so it made 2.8 million. I'm surprised it even made that. I really am. But I guess come Christmas time back in 1991, people were probably like, oh, let's go watch a Christmas movie on Christmas Eve or whenever this came out. So this movie was shot, this is the interesting thing I gotta say, which I gotta give them credit for that, because it's almost like, hey, that's pretty cool. This movie was shot on a super hot day, well, a super hot period in summer in LA. I never would have known, just because they kind of did a good job covering that up with the fake snow and everybody bundled up, but God, they're all bundled up. I bet they were like, this is crazy. They were probably just like sweating, and I'm surprised you don't actually see one of them kind of like wipe sweat off their head at one point or something. But the other thing I wanted to say, I know I probably should have said it sooner, is I was going to kind of add in so I've been kind of getting into, well, every year I'm into winter ales for beers. So I figured each Christmas movie I watch, I'm going to get a different winter Christmas beer. And for this one, see if you can read it. Whoop, here you go. There you go. Ninkasi Winter Ale. So this was, I'd give this beer a 7 out of 10. So if you've never had this, give it a shot. I liked it. So yeah, there is that. I'm just coming up with all sorts of new stuff. You can credit that for my brother. He's like, yeah, you should add like a beer into your thing. I was like, yeah, what the heck, why not? So I do, and I did. And on my up next, I got two options here. I figure one of these will be either one. I've obviously seen both of them, but we have the Santa Claus and the Muppet Christmas Carol. I'm not sure which one. I'm kind of leaning more towards Santa Claus, but hey, who knows? So stay tuned for those. You guys have a good night. Like and subscribe. Check out my letterbox. Definitely check out my eBay for that Christmas sale I got going on. You guys have a good night. Happy holidays.
Take out the papers and the trash, or you don't get no spending cash. If you don't scrub that kitchen floor, you ain't gonna rock and roll no more. Yakety yak!
Don't talk back.
Just finish cleaning up your room. Let's see that dust fly with that broom.